Welcome to our live streams. This is where the grown-ups trade. No hype, no flexing, no TikTok guru nonsense. Just focus, discipline, and respect for the craft. Here we trade gold, the oldest store of value on Earth, at the precision scalping level. That's where trading gets real. Where a single tick too early or too late decides everything. It's the hardest style of trading there is, and the highest form, too, because it demands mastery of mind, structure, and emotion. Execution over ego. Reaction over prediction. Can it be the most lucrative? Yes, but only for those who earn it. There are no shortcuts here. You can't fake discipline at 10-second speed. Most gurus out there sell you dreams from their demo accounts. We build traders who can survive the market on their own terms. We don't promise easy wins. We teach you how to build a system that doesn't break when you do. If you're here, you already know what that takes. Courage, grit, gumption, the willingness to get punched in the face by uncertainty and still show up tomorrow with your rules intact. Because precision scalping isn't just a trading style, it's a mirror. It shows you who you are under pressure, and it forces you to get better, not just as a trader, but as a person. The focus you build here, the emotional control, the ability to act without hesitation, those are life skills. They translate everywhere. So welcome to the Barcelona Trader, where we practice the hardest craft in markets and one of the most rewarding in life. Let's get to work.
Hello, hello. Welcome. It is April 23rd. Still April 24th in Asia, and we're getting started with the Asia session. Asia session. Easy for me to say. The Asia session. As we play out our intro theme music here by Mannheim Steamroller, Toccata, from their album Fresh Air 3, 1979. Based in Omaha, Nebraska, my home state. That's why I play them. All right, let's see what else we got here. What we're looking at, where the market is. The full analysis is up on Facebook. You can see it if you've joined our Discord. You can just go to Facebook and go to the group. The group is called, what is the group called? The group is called Gold Traders XAUUSD and with the ampersand, futures. Gold Traders XAUUSD and futures. And you'll see the Barcelona Trader logo there. That's how you know it's the right group. Go ahead and join. It should be open. I don't have to approve you. It's a public group, and you can read the full analysis right there. Okay, let's calm things down a little bit here. Get some light piano music going in the background. I don't know, maybe not. Maybe it feels more like a smooth jazz even. What do you think? Let's do that. Okay, let's see where we are here. Let's go to the 5-minute chart. All right, so we opened here. We have not moved very much, have we? We're at 56.97. We are sitting right above the WS1 pivot and right below, is this the DPP, I imagine? Yeah, the daily pivot. Sitting right below the daily pivot as well as the value area low. So if we stay below that, we're going to hit the DM2. That'll be where it's a little tough getting through. We should be able to do it if we have downward momentum tonight. The question is that what we're going to have? Let's look at the broader trend. Let's go all the way out to the 1-hour chart. Let's see. All right, here on the 1-hour chart, what we notice is that we've been in a downtrend for a while. Goes all the way back to the beginning of the week. If we have another down session, I mean, we've gone down every day this week. 1, 2, 3. Now we end up to somewhere around here, the DM2. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe we get a reversal. If not tonight, tomorrow morning. Anyway, the direction is down. Now we're going to put price in a box, ultimately. Move this back to the 5-minute and come back over here to the 1-minute. All right, we're going to put price in a box. Here's our range. Right here. That's our no trade zone. No, it isn't. That's our no trade zone right there. Okay. That says Tuesday Asia opening range, but this is Thursday, some would say. Thursday Asia opening range, because it's Thursday in New York, so that's what we call it. Okay, what do we have? The dollar has been going up. Also most of the week, I imagine, just kind of inversely to gold. And the 10-year U.S. government bond yield has also been rising. All right. Gold volatility index, not as low as it was earlier, but not also, not too bad. The VIX, wow, it did come up today, but also not that high. We're down here at 20.73. This really should be scrunched further together. This isn't as dynamic as it looks. And let's see. Okay, okay, things are looking pretty calm right now. Let's go ahead and open the Zoom room. Okay. All right, let's see how we do here. Start dialing it in. Get our notepad up. We can take notes. Do our trade journaling in real time as it happens. All right, we're just going to sit on our hands here a little bit. It's going to be a subdued evening tonight. I'm not going to do a lot of explanation, a lot of talking. Just going to do some trading. But if you are new to the channel, subscribe, set the alerts. We'll be back on at 7:45 in the morning tomorrow. And in most sessions, I do, pretty talkative, explain things. We do some Q&A. Yeah, this does feel like it's going to come down. I'm taking a sell here. I'll take that. Could have stayed in it probably, but we were coming up here on the Renko. We saw we were coming up here on these supports, and so I just thought, hey, let's go ahead and get out. The night is still young. We've got 2 minutes for that 8 o'clock candle. That was a win, so let's update our stats panel. Oh, I definitely need to update the stats panel. That is still what it was from before. There we go. All right, we've got 1 minute for this 8 p.m. candle. Let's see here. I don't want to take this because it's too close to the 8 p.m. candle. Get usually faked out or something like that here. All right. About 20 seconds. All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's 8 o'clock. Okay. We'll spike up. Let's see if it meant that. Or if it's like, just kidding. Right? Because we see the dollar's a little stronger than gold right now. So in theory, we ought to be going down, although getting mixed signals from our indicators. Our FX trend is saying it's positive, but the yen is pointing down. We let the algorithms fight it out here at 8 o'clock for which direction we're going to go, and then we'll see if we can trade the direction. All right, now we have gold slightly stronger than the dollar, so we have changed our bias a little bit here. Although I try not to have bias, just trade what we see. But mind is always telling you what it thinks gold is going to do next, and you have to resist getting into trades just because you have an intuition about things going one direction or the other. You have to wait for your level to be hit or a level to be hit. You want to make sure you take a trade where it's got some room to run. If you look here at the 1 minute, we are back inside our box. We came down, had a failed breakout to the downside. This little blue turquoise line here is the VWAP point of control. It's added by one of my indicators. I wasn't really using it until I started noticing that, price does seem to stop there and make a decision. So as long as it's on my screen, I'm going to use it. I can make it go away and still use the swing high, swing low indicator that I use, but that, it seems useful to have it there. Okay, now we're coming back down outside of the box again. Coming to the swing low on the 10-second here, so don't want to get in quite yet. I want to make sure we're going to break that, but it is looking like we have more downward momentum now. Yep, let's go. Don't like that. It keeps trying to push down, but it keeps missing. Something's holding it up. We're seeing the support here on the Renko. Maybe I should have waited to break that before we got in. I still think that there's some downward momentum here because the dollar is strengthening. But it is not cooperating here at all. Okay. I think I've been proven wrong. Yeah, I really don't like this. I'm out of my comfort zone for the loss. So let's see, it either turns around here at the VWAP, or I really need to get out and reconsider my life choices. There we go. Come on. Trading a little bigger size than I probably should too. This is 170 against me now. Not happy about it, I'll tell you that. Holding and hoping at this point, which is not a strategy. But I'm gonna stay in it, see if market structure gets me out here. It gets things turned around. That's right, make a lower high, come back down. Got that VWAP again. Just needs to keep coming down though for me. Don't like that. Dollar is pushing down, and gold's gonna push up. All right, I think I'm going to get out and just try to make this back. I'm going to take the loss, try to make it as least painful as possible. I'd like to take less than a $200 loss if I can. If it's going to go up here, just going to do it. Come on back down. When I got into this trade, I was on the right side of the market. Now I'm not. Market is completely indecisive now. It could go either way, but I even give it a little higher chance of going up than coming down at this point. Not looking like it's going to come down, I'll be honest. And I don't know why I'm just holding and hoping here. Just come down a touch more. I will pull the trigger. This is emotionally exhausting. If we're gonna go up, just gonna reverse. All right. That was very long and tough trade. Did not enjoy that at all. Took about a 275 loss on that. Puts me down 279 for the, or 249 for the session. I was up a few dollars before that. It is only 833. Coming back down into the value area low and the daily pivot right here on the 1 minute. If we look here, there's the daily pivot, there's the value area low. So we're coming back down onto that. See if we bounce off of that and keep heading up. Got a little upward pressure. But that daily pivot and the resistance that was right above it did stop it. Did send it back down. I should have gotten out at the top. I would have been in a much better position. But we'll see how this plays out here. Need to update my stats panel, don't I? That loss was painful. We'll see if we can make that back. If not, the market's not going to give it to us. We're not going to try to take it tonight. We'll get it back tomorrow. All right, so this is what we're looking for here. We're looking for what I like to call leapers. Let me show you if I can. Let me show you if I can what I'm talking about. I'm looking for trades that reach a clean level, where the push is real. You're in the right session, which is the Asia or the New York session. You've got a safe leash, where I'm not going to come, it's not going to come back and stop me out so quickly. That's what we're looking for, leapers. So that would be if we push through this level right here, with some momentum. And it looks like we can. We're getting a stronger strength differential here into gold. Now we've reached the top of the channel here on the 1 minute chart and on the 5 minute chart. So we've also hit the value area high. We're hitting a bear volume here. So this might be where we turn around and we start coming back down. So let's just see what happens. I'm not trying to forecast it, just trying to react to what we see. Know what the possibilities are. So we're coming back down here to grab some orders, hitting the daily pivot point and the value area low. Are we going to push below them and come back into our zone that we started in, which is this white box here? So we had a failed breakout to the downside. Now we have a breakout to the upside. We're still in that breakout. Is it going to come down here and retest, come back up, or is it going to come back down into the box? Really not trying to catch anything here. Just kind of seeing what it decides to do. Sitting on our hands while it makes up its mind. If you are new to the stream, be sure to hit the subscribe button, the like button. We'll be on at 7:45 again tomorrow morning, and we're not done tonight. We're still sticking around here. We'll see how late we stay. Depends on kind of what the market's doing, but we're going to stay around till at least after 9. Depending on how I'm feeling, decision fatigue wise and so forth, might stay longer. Okay, we have broken through the pivot and the value area low. It looks like we're coming back down into the zone. Into the first range, range 1. All right, you see we're hitting the top of that white box right over here on the 1 minute chart. This is in the upper left corner, we have the 1 minute chart. It's the same chart as I flip to here when I show you it on the full screen. Coming back down, hitting the top of this channel right here. And the only reason this channel exists, this white box that I put around here, because that is the zone we were in when I sat down. We were right here. So we just put price in a box to use as a reference point to remember where we were when we started, so we can see where price is always relative to that. So coming back down to the top of the box, will we push into it, or will we come back up? Right now it's looking like we have more strength in gold than in the dollar down here on FX Blue, right down here. So looks like we're coming up, but we want to be watching if those numbers converge or diverge. Is gold getting weaker and the dollar getting stronger? Even though the dollar is weaker than gold, it could still be getting stronger, and gold could be getting weaker, and we would be in a downtrend because of that. And it's looking like that might be what's going on here. See, but this is what happened before. The trade that I was in where I lost was a sell. And the market was telling me, don't take a sell, dude, not tonight. So if I hadn't taken any trades and I was sitting down right now, this might be something I want to get into. Looks like a sell. Let's go ahead and go for it. But I got burned once in a sell tonight, so I'm not going to do that. Doesn't mean you shouldn't take it. Let's look at what yields have been doing. Yields have been going up. And actually the dollar has been going up now again these last few minutes. That's what's pushing gold down. Like I said, I'd probably be in this sell if I weren't once bitten, twice shy. Look at that, we're coming down all the way through the zone that we were in. Probably come back down and have another breakout toward the bottom, but this time it won't be a failed breakout. Or maybe this is our range, you know, maybe the range is actually, you know, from here to here. That's what it is now. That is kind of but we're not going to trade. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. I'm not going to move the box. Now we're at the bottom of the 1 minute channel here again. And we're at the top of the 5 minute channel. So one of these channels is going to break. Not asking this trade to be Superman, but I'd like to get, you know, a little bit out of it. All right, I'm going to get out right there. Gave me about 45 bucks. So that brought me down. Let's see, I was at 249, I think negative. I'm at 204 negative right now for the session. Just trying to get base hits, you know. You're not going to make it back all in one fell swoop if you're, you know, unless you're really lucky. Can sometimes hold out for that. But the way the market's moving tonight, these are base hit trades. So it's going to take me, you know, a few of those just to get back to baseline where I started tonight. Yeah, I'm not taking this. We're at the pivot again. Pivot and the value area lows right here. This is right where I got out last time. It's the perfect place to get out. We've got a minute and a half for 9 p.m. Okay, that is 1 minute for the 9 p.m. candle. So let's pay close attention. This is the opening of a couple more Asian markets. And we start getting some volume in this session. About 15 seconds. Four, three, two, 1, 9. Going back down to the pivot, the value area low. So now what are we doing? We're gonna keep trying to push down. Is that what we're doing? Looks like the yen is dropping. Dollar is dropping though too, so I don't trust this drop with the gold. The dollar is still trying to push down. I mean, whatever. The market's going to do what the market's going to do. The market's never wrong. But if you can't predict it, you can't trade it. I mean, if you can't infer what it's going to do at your level. Realizing that this was a 9 p.m. move, I probably could have had a higher confidence in it. So that is probably a sign that I'm getting a little bit of decision fatigue, that I'm getting a little bit of fatigue in general. And my read is, off, where in hindsight I go, oh, I should have seen that coming. Dollar trying to come up now. So we're back inside the box again. See this on the 1 minute? We're back inside the box. But just down to this level again. Can't seem to break that one right now on the way down. We are seeing a significant support right here on the 1 minute Hakadashi. So that's the same support that we're seeing, here, these two lines. looks good, but just noise, just fake outs right now. Waiting for that 1 minute candle to close bullish maybe, and print another one with a flat bottom. And right back up into the pivot, you know, I'd like to take it. I'd like to make my little base hits here, but you know, you need to take your trades where you've got at least the opportunity for a double or a triple. And if you get the single, you know, good. But if the only, you know, if the setup is showing you that in the best of cases, you're only going to get that single, then you might not even get that, you know. The home runs will come. Let's see what the news is saying over here. Got some new news. Gold set for weekly decline. Gold edges lower amid ongoing concerns over higher inflation. Market talk. Okay. Gonna sit on my hands here a little bit. I'm gonna disengage from the screen for a couple minutes. Oops, maybe not. Getting some momentum up to the upside here. Are we gonna break through the top? Looks like we might. Need to take the base hit here. Get up there, Whitney. I don't need to be given anything back, so. It's not the low risk trade I thought it was. Out with 12 bucks. Alright, would have given me some more. I knew it was going to pop, but I just did not. You know, it's really hard to time those. be really nothing holding it back. We're not at the MPP yet. We'll see. We're back up out of the box here. And we should be able to push up to here, 47.14 or so. If not 47.28, which is the MPP, the monthly pivot point. I'm down 198 for the session. Across all of my accounts, that adds up to a lot. Don't like to think about it, but I'm copy trading across accounts. I should be able to, you know, just little base hits, get it back up there. If not tonight, then tomorrow. Not tomorrow, then Monday. Cost of doing business. Sometimes you have a losing session. Are we going to come back down here to the pivot points? I don't like being here this late. It is 20 after 9, but as long as I am sharp and making good decisions, I'll stay. You know, like I said, I might be taking these, but once bitten, twice shy here on sells today. Still in a downtrend here on the 5-minute chart and on the 15-minute chart. We're not quite at the top of the channel here, so I don't know. But this really just seems to be consolidation so far this session, other than this push up that we did. So you know that we're above the box right now, but Alright, I'm going to turn off Zoom room. Just hugging the pivot here. Not that I couldn't have made money on this downtrend. Not for the last 5 candles, but before that. But again, just once bitten, twice shy. At least for tonight. I'll take a buy, but I'm not taking a sell. Unless the market really changes colors. Oh, I do need to update my stats panel, don't I? Okay, we're 1 minute from 9:30. It's 9:30 right there. And if you look at the 5-minute chart, this whole session has been a barcode. Just not, it just hasn't moved much. It did take my money here, right? That's where I got into trouble right there. Now it would have let me out if I had waited all this time. All right, so what's dictating here? It looks like the 5-minute chart and the 15-minute chart are showing the broader trend going down. Oh, look at this. These wicks here at the bottom of this 1 minute chart, each one trying to push down but getting pushed back up. So there's some resistance or some support here that is not showing up on this chart. It's showing up a little more clearly on this chart right here. If you see right here where my, oh, come on, there it is, there's my arrow. And it's also here on this chart on the Japanese candlestick, 15 minute. We're right on a support there, right on a support here. So we might be having to go back up. See where this candle closes, this 1 minute. Okay. Don't like it. Alright, well clearly I should have been in cells here for the last hour. Last half hour at least. 44 minutes. I just didn't feel comfortable doing that after I got burned. That's just the way it is. These weren't my pips. These are my pips. Thought I'd get at least a little something out of this, but it's looking like not. Got a little more in it. No, well, don't come back on me. Not do that. That's another base hit. You know. Keeps the confidence up. Know what I'm saying? I think you do. All right, let's see what else we have here. That was about where I'm thinking about calling it tonight. I'm down 162 for the session. That was a big loss that I took, but I've been grinding my way back with a few base hit wins. Sometimes you have a down session. Can't let it get to you. Can't let it bother you. And you can't let it affect how you place your next trade, or when you place your next trade. You wait for your moments of advantage, and you can trade with your edge. And even then, it's not always easy. And the market tonight is not easy. You know, clearly I should have been in these sells. Let's look here at the 1 minute. You see, look at all these bearish candles. I just let that go by because when the session started, I took a sell right around here. And it came back, and I probably got out somewhere around here. But then I watched price go all the way up here. I took some buys. I made some money doing that. But then when it started coming down, I was like, I don't trust that. I got burned. Got burned tonight coming down. And the relative strength indicator between gold and the dollar was fluctuating between the dollar winning, the gold being stronger. And so I just sat on my hands a lot, which is fine. You know, you don't have to catch every move. You catch the ones where your intuition is telling you you're going to make money, and you have your advantage. You have your edge. You can trade with edge. Now it is 9:51 p.m. in New York right now. So, you know, my hard window of stopping is about 10:05, 10:10. I like to see if the 10 o'clock candle gives us anything once the algorithms stop fighting it out. If there's a little bit of a direction, sometimes I can get one more trade. Otherwise, I would, you know, just have a hard stop at 10 p.m. But as long as you're going to wait for 10 p.m., you may as well wait for 10:05, 10:10. But normally, on usual nights where I haven't taken a loss, like this, where I need to stick around and see if the market's going to let me earn my way back, I'm usually out of here by 9:10, 9:15. Instead of waiting for that 10 o'clock hour, I call it after the 9 o'clock hour. So we're here from about 7:45 until about 9:15, usually. But tonight's a long session. I wasn't feeling fatigued. I'm actually still feeling okay. This loss was discouraging, but not catastrophic. I like to cap my losses at what's going to be kind of like I could make it back with one good day, with one good session. So typically for me, that's, $200-300. I need a good session to make that back. That is in one account. Of course, I copy trade multiple accounts, but I'm trading in size right now, three micro lots on futures. Even though we're doing all of our charting on spot gold, the chart right here in the center of your screen right now is gold futures trading at 47.10, and spot gold, if I click this one over here in the upper left, is trading at 46.95. Which is another reason this is a tricky level, because we're at that $4,700 level on spot gold, psychological level, but I have trouble pushing up above that. And we've got big support below us, so I just don't think the market's going to give me anything else tonight. It's been like pulling teeth just to get, a few of these base hits after taking the loss. If you come back in the morning, 7:45 in the morning, we get going for the New York session, and we take a look at the charts, we do our analysis, we take the indicators off the charts, we talk about what we're looking at, how our indicators work, how to read them. Of course, you can go to the BarcelonaTrader.com. On the homepage, scroll down. I think when you get to the blog posts, the top blog post is about the charts and indicators that we use. And usually Tono is with me. hasn't been with me today, but probably be joining me in the morning. If you're new here, hit subscribe, click the bell icon, toss me a follow, as the kids say. We got 4 minutes for 10 o'clock. Okay, we seem to be pushing up, but again, pushing into that 4700 area. We're at 4698 right now, which is right at that VWAP where we were before. That VWAP point of control. Value weighted average price. Got about 30 seconds left. I'd like to get in because this looks like a buy, but you know, the market isn't going to give it to me on my terms. It's not mine. It's not mine to take. I almost got into a buy there. Okay, it's not going to let us through that 4,700 level, is it? Wants to keep us under that. Sellers are defending that area. Okay, well, who am I? Who am I to say the market's wrong? I think that's it. I'm going to call it right there. It is a minute after 10. I said I wait until 10:10 or so, but we've got that level of 4,700 on top with the value area low at 4,703. The daily pivot there at 4,704. So the way I'm looking at it is, well, the way it's been grinding, there's no way it's going to get above those levels before 10 minutes after 10. And on the downside, again, I'm a little shy about taking a sell tonight, so I just don't think I want to do that. So I think my best option here is to, call it and come back in the morning and see if I can have a bit better of a session. So I think that's what we'll do. Thanks for joining me. Stick around, like I said, for tomorrow morning. Put it on your calendar. Come back. We'll have a good trading session then. Have a good night.